How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make an unlimited iron golem farm. So basically with this you'll get lots of iron and lots of roses with it. It's a very simple design and this is going to be the final project. So basically you're going to need a whole bunch of doors here, doesn't matter whatever type. A number of building blocks, it's it's up to you, your call, whatever you want. Some glass and some water, and then that's pretty much it. You're also going to need a 4 hoppers, a double chest, and 1 bucket of lava, okay? So very, very simple to get together. The hardest part getting up here is the villagers, and you'll have to figure that one out in survival on your own. So let's show you how to make this thing. Alright, so the most important thing is you got to be at least 80 blocks away from any other village. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world as long as you are 80 blocks from every single direction of another village. That way you can fully get the spawns for this and you'll have no problem. So the first thing you want to do is go up 10 blocks. So counting up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on the 10th block right here, you're just going to want to make a simple square, a little 2x2, and then we're going to do the next step. So this next step here, you're going to want to count out 8 blocks, not including this block right here, okay? So go out 8 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to want to repeat that for every single side of the block. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once you have this giant plus symbol, all you're going to want to do is fill in all the corners. So you're going to want to come out here, the 8 blocks, and then you're just going to want to match this one up right here. And then just fill in the inside part right here. When you're done, you should have a huge platform looking like this. Now, what you're going to want to do is find the center. So go to this block that you did right here and knock out the 4 squares right around here. This is the center of your whole drop. So right here, that is off center. I've knocked the wrong blocks out. Make sure you knock the right ones out because this is very important right there. There you can see that is our center, and so that is what we're going to work with. At this point, what you might as well do is you might as well throw down 4 signs during this opening hole right here. This way it will not allow the water to pass through, and you'll make sure that your mobs always fall down. Because if you get any water that goes down here, it's just going to wreck your whole thing. So make sure you throw those signs. Those are very, very important. Next thing you want to do is go to the very outside of the blocks here, and we're going to make ourselves a perimeter. So make yourself a 1 high wall all the way around, and then we're going to work with this a little bit more. Once you have that 1 high wall, what you're going to want to do is count up 3 blocks from the corner, 1, 2, 3, and go around each corner and replicate this. So we're going to do that right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then from the corner, you're just going to want to build up 2 blocks from that as well. And then we're just going to go all the way around with 1 more block right here. Okay, so we're going to have a 2 high spot right here. It's going to go like that. You're going to want that in the corner like that. So replicate this all the way around, and then we'll get right back to it. So when you're done that, this is what your final product should look like. Now, we're going to build 1 more on top of this, but this is just for a second. And then now we're just going to enclose the roof all the way around. So this is where we're making ourselves a roof. And it doesn't matter if you screw up placing the blocks, as long as it's at this level, because everything will happen. This is the next level to our little iron farm here. So place all these around. Now, just mind you, do not place them over this spot right here. These are where your doors are going to go. So don't worry about placing them there yet. Okay, once you have this roof placed in, this is what you need to do next. So go find your hole right here that you've got this little drop down, and make sure that you punch out a 2x2 right above it. So this should be directly above it. Very, very important. And while you're down here, you might as well place your 4 signs as well. Just that way, once again, the water doesn't seep over and then down through. Next, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to place our doors. So get yourself a door right here, just like this. Very, very simple. It can be any type of door, and you're going to want to get up on right here. And you're just going to want to place them so that they're facing towards the outside. So pretend if this was the house, you walk in through this door right here. Okay, perfect. Just like that. You're going to want to get them like that. So place that all around in this 2 wide gap, just like this. Now, the reason I told you to wait on placing the blocks above here is simply because this is personal preference for me, but I like to place a different color block right across the top here. That way I know that this is the outside, and we don't need to go again on the outside. So I'm just going to use glass here. You can use whatever type of block you want. It can be the exact same block that you're using before, or it can be something completely different. This is just going to give me notification that this is the edge, and I don't need to go out any further than this, okay? So once you're done placing those blocks, we will be right back. So this is the very first part to our base, our little mob spawner here. As you can see, nice little room in here. We'll get placed in the water in just a sec. But the next thing we got to do is we got to build up one more wall all along this glass. So as you can see, this glass comes in handy, lets us know exactly where we need to place these blocks, and we're just going to place a one row right around here so we don't get confused and accidentally place them inside. All right, so do that, make a one row perimeter, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so once you have that one row perimeter all the way around, we're just going to go with another row of glass on top of this. So this is where you're going to need to use your glass, and this is a must. This one is not optional. It needs to be a transparent block on the very top. Okay, and that's how simple the build of this thing actually is. So we're not quite done. We still got to place all the water and everything, but for the most part, that is the big part of the building. So now a very important step that we're going to want to do, you're going to want to make a 3 little triangle in each corner here. What this is going to do is it's going to stop the water from becoming infinite water sources and then ruin your whole build. So the flow will always go to the center if you have these corners right here. So we'll place these down, and then we'll just place our water in just a sec. Okay, so the way I like to work from the top down. So let's start on the top layer here. In between all of these spaces right here, you're just going to want to place a bucket of water, okay? It should create lots of infinite water sources, so in survival you won't have to worry about going back and forth, but since I'm in creative, obviously this is going to be a lot quicker, unless you have, like 100 buckets with you. So very, very quick. Just place it along the sides here, very easy, and one more side, just like that. Now, I know what you're going to say. Look at this. Why is the water flow going into here? So this will suck us back in there the odd time. So if something spawned right here, it's just going to suck us right into this corner, okay? How we prevent that is we place one water block right in this middle back one right here. Place it like that and break the blocks underneath, and what that's going to do is it's going to create a diagonal flow right to the center, okay? So we'll do that for each corner, and then we break the blocks underneath. Do not forget to break the blocks. That's very, very important, okay? Just like this, and the last one. There you go. So we're going to repeat the exact same steps that we just did down here. So once again, all the buckets of water right along the side here, and continue for every single side, okay? Okay, so once again, this is what your final project should look like right here. You're going to have all the water flowing right to the center here, along with at the top, all the water's flowing to the center. Now, we're pretty much done here. We just got 2 little things left to do. We got to place our villagers, and then we got to do a little drop down chute where we can collect the iron. So an important thing to note right here, you do not want to build the villager thing 1 block below the doors, because what's going to happen at nighttime, the villagers will see this as a house, and they will go in and they'll drop down here, and then they're going to drop down your lava chute, and then you're going to be out of villagers. So make sure when you're placing these, you're going to want to place them 1 block higher than level with your doors. So what I mean by that is place them right here. This is going to be your ground floor, and you're going to want to make a 4 long by 2 wide little section right here, and then you're just going to want to make yourselves a little enclosure for your villagers right here. A little difficult while flying around because you can't hold shift, but yeah, little enclosure like this, and then you're going to want to get your villagers up here. Best way to do that would be with a minecart system. That would put them in a minecart, you drive them up the rails, and drop them in. So we need 10 of these villagers to spawn in here to make this a valid iron golem spawning place. So we're going to place 10 villagers in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. 10 villagers just like that. And then for sure, remember to enclose the top. That way no zombies can get in. And these villagers are not going to be able to get into their spot. Oh, whoops. Don't do that, though. Whatever you do, don't do that. We drop another villager in there just to be safe. There we go. So, yeah. Don't let your villagers escape. Let them be in here nice and comfy. And then make sure everything is kind of glass. It has to be glass, okay? Otherwise, monsters will spawn in there and they will kill your villagers. So don't do that, okay? So the last thing we got to do is make our drop down chute. So if you still got this little pillar here, get rid of it. All these 10 blocks right here, get rid of them. And we're just going to make a little drop down spot. So going around like this, doesn't matter what block you make this out of, you can make it look as nice as possible. And we go like this all the way around. I think signs can place. Yeah, okay, good. Just making sure. I was going to say, it can be any block. So yeah, all the way down like this. Boom, 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 boom. All the way down to the ground. Very, very simple. And we're making a little chute here. Like so. And last row right here. Cool. Now, what we're going to want to do is we don't want to go all the way down just yet. We can leave this spot right now, because what we're going to want to place in is we're going to want to place in our hoppers. So, the best thing we got to do is lay down our chest first. So, make sure you get just a normal chest. And we just place this so that we got it facing where we want it to. So, we're going to want this facing like this. Right there. Okay? Right there, just like that. And then we're going to take our hoppers and we're going to hold shift and then we're going to right click on the chest. What that's going to do is it's going to allow the hopper to face into the chest. Now we're going to do the same thing with this side, hold shift and face into the chest. Now this one's a little difficult to place because we got to jump and press at the same time. So line up your mouse, hold shift, and there you go, as it's clicking into the hopper, and that one as well. Very, very simple to place those, and what it's going to do is every time you throw an item, it gets placed into there, comes into the chest, and you can get it. Okay? So the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to go up 1, 2 blocks just like this, and we're going to place our signs like that, and we're going to now bring down our glass. Okay? So actually, you know what? Better way, just right click on the chest, get them like that. Okay? Place our signs like that. And then that way we can have this completely enclosed, okay? Now, you're going to probably have to break some blocks to get out the side or whatever. It's however you want to get out. And then we can just place our lava blade from the top here. And that's going to flow down, and it's not going to get wrecked by any of these signs. Now, place your glass all the way back up to the top so that it encloses so no iron golems get out. And now, anytime an iron golem drops down, you will get the drops right here. You can make this fancy as long as you want. You can even get rid of this block if you're not, if you don't want that there. If you want to see them falling like that, I would just enclose it completely. That's just my preference, though. And then we got our large chest. So, just to test to make sure that you know this works, here we go. Let's spawn in an iron golem. So we need some iron with this. Here we go. And a pumpkin. Just like this. All we do, if you don't know how to make an iron golem, you get 2 tutorials in one. Here we go. So like this, and boom, iron golem, get in there. And now if we drop down all the way, you will see this works just perfectly. So this is what's going to happen. They'll spawn in naturally. And next thing you know, he drops down, he burns, and you're thinking, oh no, what's going to happen? Why is he burning? Is his items going to burn away? But nope. What they're going to do is, since he's 3 tall, they're just going to drop down below here and get sucked up by the hoppers, and there you go. You got 4 iron just like that, and that will continue by itself. Now, a little note of interest right here. If you build this by your spawn chunks, so the spawn chunks are the ones that you spawn in, they are always loaded, and so this thing will always be running. That can be good or bad. If you're on single player, that is perfect. If you're on multiplayer, you're going to want to make sure you keep an eye on it. Maybe have some extra chests, because otherwise this could get out of hand real quick. And you could have lots of entities laying around, and you could leg out your server. So make sure you're careful with that if you build by the spawn chunks. If you don't, then you don't have to worry about it. So it's up to you. It's your call. Anyways, guys, though, I hope you enjoyed this little episode, this little tutorial. If you liked it, please remember to leave me a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I post new content pretty much daily. Lots of Minecraft, lots of other gaming videos, so be sure to check those all out. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. For Pidgey here we go. And there we go. Alright, so after this evolution here, and once we get our Pidgeotto, we will call our quits for today's episode. Because today we got a decent amount done. We advanced well into the new city, into Azalea Town. Next episode, we will make sure that we get the gym battle done, with Pidgeotto leading the way. Very nice. Let's take a look at him. Let's take a look at him right here.